Oh, hey, I just picked up that The Brotherhood by Mike Chen. It's a new Obi-Wan Anakin book that's set, I think, like right after Attack of the Clones. Have you seen that?
No, the
It's
Brotherhood?
just called Brotherhood. Yeah, I've been in kind of
Oh,
a vibe,
Brotherhood.
because I've been rewatching the prequels and stuff, and I was reading the Padme trilogy by E.K. Johnston, and then this new Brotherhood just came out, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
That's interesting because Hayden Christensen's reprising the role of Vader,
I
right?
know, yeah,
So I wonder
crazy.
how that's gonna go.
I can't imagine. I don't know. I don't know. Do you think he got good at acting since?
No,
No.
no, but I
Okay.
mean, Vader
We
himself is very robotic,
Yeah,
so that
true.
works perfectly.
Yeah, it
Like,
could. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Are you excited about Obi-Wan? You feel
I
optimistic?
Yeah, I think so, but I think I'm cautiously
Yeah.
optimistic because I know like Star Wars is just I don't know.
It's Picard that has me, like I just was so excited about Picard and then it was the worst show in the world, and so that's my concern about Obi-Wan. So fingers crossed. I hope it's gonna be, I mean, it's not gonna take much for it to be better than Picard, but
I watched
you know.
I don't know if you've ever heard of Nerd Welcome to This Endorian Life, a Star Wars podcast from the Radio Meanwhile Network. My name is Steve Rudd.
I'm Nick Gunning, and we're following the Ewoks from Return of the Jedi to the Ewok TV movies, the 80s cartoon, and beyond.
And beyond. Today we are discussing the all-new Ewoks.
Yeah.
Season 2, Episode 3, The Reach.
The Raich, that's right.
Yeah.
Today's episode was written by Michael Reaves, more on him in a minute, directed by Dale Schott. It originally aired on September 27th, 1986, and this is our first full-length episode of Season 2, the all-new Ewoks.
Yeah.
There are 4 episodes total in this season that are the full, and by full, I mean like 25 minutes, whatever it is, not 2 11-minute episodes.
Right.
So this
Yeah.
is one of 4 in this season that do that.
Oh, okay. There's 4 of them.
4
All right.
of them. Yeah,
okay.
4. This was released on VHS as part of the compilation Ewok 6 Battle for Planet Endor. Decent name. Feels familiar. For
Feels like a play on the apes
it
or something,
does.
maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
could
know.
be.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
could be.
Popular back then, I guess.
For for our spotlight this week, rather than doing a cast member, I'm going to do crew because Michael Reaves, I know him from other Star Wars things and was surprised to see his name pop up here. But Michael Reaves had previously written an episode of Droids, and I kind of wonder if this episode was written at the same time, because Droids was concurrent with season 1, and I kind of feel like he wrote that Droids episode and then this was in a drawer and they were like, well, it's the full length version, but let's just do it anyway, because we see Logray, we see Chief Chirpa.
We need it.
It just feels more reminiscent of a season 1 episode overall. But anyway, Michael Reaves wrote an episode of Droid. This is his first episode of Ewoks, and he'd do other things, a lot of other screenwriting, novels and things. He wouldn't return to Star Wars again until 2001 with the novel
Oh, wow.
Darth Maul Shadowhunter, which I haven't read. Is that one you've read?
No,
No?
I
Okay.
haven't read that.
Many others, including the Coruscant Nights trilogy, the Medstar duology, which is some of my very favorite Star Wars books. This is set in like the Clone War era, and it's about a Jedi whose power is specifically healing. So she's like working with the clones who were injured on the battlefield. I just think they're great. I don't know.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It was really unique. I never had read anything like that in the Star Wars world before. But he wrote those, several others, most recently the 2013 novel The Last Jedi, which has nothing to do with the movie The Last Jedi. Just,
Oh, so it's probably really good then.
Probably. But yeah, Michael Reaves, one of my favorite Star Wars authors here, showing up on the Droids show. This is technically his second entry into the Star Wars canon after Droids. So
Oh,
here he
okay.
is.
I mean, that just kind of proves that Ryan Johnson pretty much just copied everything from everything already Star Wars,
I
even the
guess
name
so.
of his own movie.
Yeah. I don't look. If you're looking for me to defend The Last Jedi, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, why?
You know what?
I'm not.
I will say that it looks great. I think visually it's a very appealing movie if you don't
Oh,
pay
yeah.
attention to the story or anything like that. I think it's a lot of really, really epic scenes.
Did you like Crate?
I liked Crate a lot. Yeah.
I liked the Crate a lot. I
Yeah.
did, and I think that the
Yeah.
contrast color, I thought that was really cool.
Oh,
but
it is,
there was
yeah. elements
elements of the story that were just too
yeah.
campy
No, I
and
get it.
silly,
Yeah.
and didn't make even
Yeah.
even science fiction sense as far as
agree.
like cinema.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't know what cinema, like
I
laws of gravity and like
I
I don't
think
know,
we should just
space.
vow right now to never do an episode on The Last Jedi because we already spend a lot of time talking about things we don't like on this podcast. So
Or
to add,
we could do one episode called 30 Mean Things
yeah,
with
yeah.
Stephen.
I mean, we already did. We already did a nice thing about The Last Jedi, so that's more than can be
I
expected
can't even
of us,
remember what I
think.
said that was nice.
Look, I know a lot of people who really love that movie. Eric Mickles, our most recent guest
Oh, you
star,
did it. That's right. I didn't
really
do it.
likes The Last Jedi. So,
Oh, that's
you know,
crazy. Oh man.
yeah, people look for different things in the movies, and that's fine. But that one was not for me.
Yeah, not for me.
All right,
Not for
shall we
me.
get into this episode?
Yeah, let's get into this uber detailed plot. You see how long this is? This was
Yeah.
like I
Old
was
school.
really happy to write a
Yeah.
another synopsis.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
got out of control there
I
for a minute.
know, it's fine.
All right, the uber detailed plot of season 2, episode 3, The Rage. We open to Wicket and Latara being chased by a Zomba while looking for sparkle seeds. Hitting a dead end, Wicket, in an act of true bravery, decides to turn and attack the Zomba. And when he wrestles the creature to the ground, he discovers it's actually Tebow dressed up as a Zomba. Despite the prank, Tebow was determined to ask Latara to go with him to the Shadow Night Festival. She turns him down because she wants Tack to ask her. She runs off into the forest to search for more sparkle seeds for her costume. Wicket still needs to complete his own costume and spots a sparkling hat in the top of a tree. Tebow is reminded of a magic hat from one of Master Logray's scrolls, but he can't quite remember. Strangely, the tree he climbs seems to move to encourage him to reach that hat. Suddenly, the tree transforms into a giant monster known as a Raich, who chases the lot, demanding they give back the hat, which Wicket quickly gets rid of. The monster tears the hat to pieces. The Raich continues to terrorize as it somehow causes Bega to be entranced. The group quickly runs back to see Master Logray. Logray, yes! The monster approaches the Ewok village, and suddenly all of the animals seem to become entranced by the Raich. Logray immediately knows the danger as the Raich. Chief Chirpa is surprised that Ewok would set it free, as it would be a disgrace to the tribe to do so. Logray summons the scroll about the Raich and Magic Cap and tells the story of how the Raich was captured and subdued because the Magic Hat turned it into a tree. The group decides to head out and find a two-headed gonster that can craft another magic hat. During the glider trip, yay, Tebow tells Latara that Tack already asked Asha to the festival, and instead of Tebow, she hopes that Big Burke asks her. Meanwhile, the Raich has caged the animals it put into a trance. Vega, being too skinny to eat, is fed more hay by the Raich to plump up. Nearly reaching their destination, the gliding Ewoks are attacked by a Husha. The Husha destroys Latara and Tebow's glider with its electric bursts, but they land safely on Wicket and Nisa's glider. Unfortunately, they are all too heavy, and the glider topples from the sky and lands safely on a soft hill. Before the Husha can attack the defenseless Ewoks, the two-headed Gonster appears and shoos the Husha away like its pet. The Ewoks beg the two-headed Gonster to get rid of the Raich. The Gonster agrees to help, but crafting the hat will take a while. In the meantime, Wicket takes a sleeping dreamflower potion to the Raich to stall it. The Husha takes Wicket and Nisa to the edge of the dead forest, where they find the Raich's lair. Nisa rescues Bega, while Wicket sneaks up and tries to slip the potion into the Raich's water, but fumbles and is captured. The Raich easily captures them all. The Gonster crafts the hat. Meanwhile, the Gonster crafts the hat with the help of the clumsy Tebow and tells them to top the hat with sparkle seeds last minute for the spell to work, turning the Raich into a tree again. The same seeds Latara covets for her festival costume. On their way back, Tebow asks Latara to the festival again, but she refuses, calling him a lurdo. They spot the Raich's lair by following the line of summoned animals. They realize Wicket and Nisa failed to put it to sleep. Tebow infiltrates the lair using his Zomba suit. The Raich wakes up from its nap as Tebow sets Nisa, Wicket, and Bega free. The Ewoks run into the forest, and Wicket attempts to put the hat on the Raich. The Raich summons a Zackle that chases Teebo and Latara up a tree. Even Bega is controlled and attacks Nisa. Wicket bravely swings and places the hat on the Raich, but since the seeds weren't placed on it, nothing happens. They quickly top the hat with seeds and try again. Wicket springs off a young tree and again places the hat on the Raich, and it transforms into an old tree once again. The Zackul and Bega's spell are instantly broken. Before claiming a trophy for his belt of honor, Wicket is dragged off by Latara so they can all make it to the Shadow Knight Festival on time. At the festival, Latara laments that no one asked to go with her to the festival. Realizing Teebo is all alone, Latara asks him to dance with her, and he gladly agrees. Meanwhile, Chief Chirpa and Logray discuss why the animals suddenly return to normal. Before Wicket can boast, Nisa grabs him and drags him off. Roll credits.
See, don't you think that's been sitting in a drawer since 1985? That's a season 1 episode.
That's a season 1 episode.
I really think so.
This was a great episode. What was this, episode 3? It feels like, well, I guess, but it's like the 5th one, which felt way too long to get a good episode like this.
That's
I
true.
mean, only because we did them one at a time, the A and the B.
So you're coming out positive right from the start. You like this episode?
Oh man, it was good. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
I thought it did. It was a season 1 episode where we talk about like all the characters.
It's just funny because we didn't like season 1 either, and now we're like, thank goodness. A season 1 episode. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank goodness. But no, it's true. It's true. I mean, it really does illustrate the difference between the quality drop in season 1 and season 2. I mean, it's really on display here. But I agree with you. I mean, I had a good time with this too. Definitely my favorite of season 2, I'll say.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think this one holds well in season 1 too. I think I probably would have given this one a fairly good score.
I think so. I mean, if it had been in season 1, it would have had the benefit of a good voice cast and better animation. So that's one thing, I mean, it does suffer because of that. But
I think Wicket definitely displayed, though, like there at least this episode, he was brave all the time. And you know how like a traditional season 2 episode is Wicket being brave, and then like whatever he does doesn't actually follow through.
Yeah.
Like what with that first episode, right? The thing like just runs into the crystals, and they're all like, "Oh, Wicket, you were so brave," and it was like he didn't do anything.
Right.
It actually hit itself.
Well, it's like Eric was pointing out in the last episode. He almost has in this season kind of a Bugs Bunny kind of like he's just a wisecracking kind of guy. But this, I mean, he was brave and he was adventurous. I liked little touches like how whenever like the tree, when the hat and everything, like when this starts, all the animals are like, oh frick, look out, like they sense it, and I think that was just a nice little touch.
Oh, that was really good. That was.
Is it the first time we've seen Logray this season? I want to say
this is the first time we've seen him.
Okay.
This season.
Now, he's not credited, but when I was looking at IMDb, Rick Kamina, who's normally credited as Chief Chirpa, was credited as both Chief Chirpa and Logray. And so, I mean,
really?
That's what IMDb says, and I would buy that listening to it.
I would buy that.
Kind of a step down, I feel like, from, what was it, Doug Chamberlain for last year? Whoever it was.
They were so good. The first season voices just embodied those characters, and I know we had nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
But I think it wouldn't have mattered. Like if they, that just would have always been Logray's voice.
It was a pretty consistent vibe. Where here, Teebo really stood out to me. Like he has a moment, like when he takes the costume off and he does that laugh forever. It was the most annoyed I've ever been in my life. It was so annoying. I hated it.
They're really pushing this. Teebo's smitten for Latara,
he's got
up the wazoo, man. He's got it is. Yeah,
I really liked when they went back to the village and Logray like tells the story of this tree or whatever it is. What's it called? What's the thing called?
The Raich.
Yes, the Raich. Yeah. The title of the episode. Thank you. When they're telling the story, and you see like drawings of it happening.
Yeah, it's like crayon drawing,
cave painting kind of vibe. I thought that was cool. I thought that was a good sequence. I liked it. It was a good use of Logray.
I know I didn't put it in the synopsis because it just I started writing it and I was like, oh man, this is too much. I'm just gonna say he just tells the story.
But it's cool though, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, I thought that part was really cool. Yeah. This episode reminded me that we were watching an Ewok show.
True. Yeah.
You know,
true.
I think it had the magic, it had the mysticism,
Yep.
the lore, like
the gliders.
Story of it had the gliders. It had different animals, and they all had names for them. You know,
I tell you what, it didn't have a warning sign around the Raich. Like, don't take the hat off. Whatever you do, don't take the hat off this tree.
It was a sparkly hat too. It was a bad idea.
Yeah, I'd maybe label that a little bit better, because when it comes back and Chirpa and Logray are like, if anybody touches that, they'll be disgraced forever. And it's like, guys, just label it. You know, maybe maybe
don't
just label
touch.
it.
I did think it was funny when they got to the tree and they were like, "Oh, a dead end!" And you like in the frame, you could clearly see like the sky and like other trees in the distance. Yeah. I was like, "That's not a dead end,
right?"
It's a tree. Like,
yeah.
To me, I was just like, "Huh?"
Go around. I love the glider sequence. I thought the glider sequence was really fun.
Yeah, they had an aerial battle.
They did.
Right? I mean,
multiple step. That the Husha, that thing?
Husha, yeah.
Major Pokemon vibes from that guy.
Oh yeah, total Pokemon.
Think? Yeah.
Yep.
So Pokemon, the Pokemon guy is shooting at them and everything, and they're dodging and they're like up and down using the gliders. One gets taken out, they land on the other. It was just a cool sequence. I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought
it was really good.
Yeah.
And like it was a little silly when they landed in it. They landed on like some weird, like Wicket landed head first.
Mm-hmm.
Tebow was completely gone. So like whatever they landed on was the perfect thing.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I liked how when the animals turn and everything, I liked that we had to deal with like Dark Bega. You know, he was like evil Bega.
Oh yeah, he
was like, whoa,
Bega.
Okay.
They didn't really like. I was expecting them to like change their well, they did change their eyes, like the way they went to angry eyes.
Yeah.
But like I thought it would have been cool if they like made them like yellow, so they were like, ooh, you could tell they were entranced.
Yeah, that is kind of a missed opportunity. I also liked how, to solve the problem, they're like Tebow's really involved, and like going back to him being Logray's apprentice and stuff. Like he's the one making the magic potion and stuff.
Did you see that he balled up his costume and opened his bag, and it like opened wide? He stuffed it in, and then it went and shrunk small, like it was a magic satchel.
A magic bag. Satchel.
Like he could pull like a lampshade out of there,
like Mary Poppins.
A lamp.
That's exactly
it
what
was totally
thinking,
Mary Poppins. So like I was like, oh yes, that was cool, because it was like, even though it was like very magical, it felt very Ewok magic.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it did. I liked when the thing is, as you said in the synopsis, they're trying to make a new hat to basically subdue the Raich. And they're not quite sure that they have it right, or they're leaving out things. I really liked the sort of false start of them getting the hat on and being like, crap, it doesn't work. I thought that was a nice touch. It was a little unexpected. I mean, it's teed up, but I still kind of, when it didn't work, I was like, oh, how are they going to get out of this jam? And so, Tebow fixing it and trying again. I just thought that was a good little like misdirection there.
Yeah, I was expecting like when the Gonster was like, don't get me started on Gonster. I freaking love that thing. When it was like, it's just one handful, and these other ones like, no, it's two handfuls. And I was thinking, oh, how much you want to bet? It's going to be two handfuls, and they're going to be one handful short because Latara grabbed some. Yeah. But it never ended up being that, right? So that like,
but she wanted it. She wanted it
badly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought, that's going to happen, and then it didn't.
No, it didn't.
They just forgot. They just put it on completely.
The two-headed guy, like one with a mustache, one without, and them like bickering with each other, reminded me of the Car Talk guys, Click and Clack. Did you ever listen to that?
Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers, or Tappet Brothers.
It just made me
so good. I love
Gonster,
man. That character, it was right up there with Larry for me.
Give him a spinoff. That's what I say. Where is Larry? I hope Larry comes back.
I know, me too.
I want to find out that Larry and the Leaf Queen got married. And
they just have like furry leaves walking around.
Hi there, how you doing? I'm Larry's son. My mom's a Leaf Queen. How are you? How the hell are you?
How are you? Nice to meet you. That's my first day on the job here. What are we doing exactly?
What do you? I'm half Leaf. What do you expect? Come on.
Yeah. Strong wind. Come on, I can't help it. I'm out of here.
So stupid.
No, so that stupid. Character though.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Praying that they bring him back.
I hope so. I hope so.
I was thinking about it the other day, and I was
really
like,
grown on me.
Guy's name.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think it's Larry. And I was
Good
like,
old
nah,
Larry.
that's ridiculous. It's not Larry. Like, oh, wait, no,
But
it was Larry. I'm
but
pretty
it is
sure.
in fact Larry. Yeah, it was. It was. Okay. Boy, it's fun to have fun things to say. Let's
Yeah, right?
let's bring the tone down a little bit. What
Yes.
about your Okavark moment?
Okay. My Okavark moment was literally the voice of Chief Chirpa, and Lograve. They were so bad when they started talking. I was like, "What?" I had to rewind it and listen to it again. And like, it's funny that you say that it's credited as the same
Rick
guy.
Kamina,
Because I thought, oh, that's funny. I thought both of them were bad. And they were done by the same guy.
Same guy. Chief Chirpa has such a pronounced mustache now too. It's so funny. He's got this like thick black Tom Selleck mustache. He's just got
like a cigar laying across his nose.
He's like Groucho Marx.
Yeah, it's like Groucho Marx. It's so bad.
Mine was also voice related. That laugh Tebow did was just so grating and irritating. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to that. Yep.
Oh man, what was your Ichiwama moment?
And not just for old time's sake, but I think I do have to give it to the glider sequence, just because we haven't seen anything like that in so long, and it was this extended battle where like multiple steps happened. It just, I liked it, I enjoyed it, and I was interested to see how it went. I wish it would have had a better ending, because it's just the other one unravels and falls, and that's. But I thought that whole sequence was just good. Like I would have, I liked it as an adult, and I think if I was watching this as a kid, I would have really thought like, oh, they're gonna fall out of their gliders. This is so cool.
What are they gonna do?
And it definitely held up. What about you?
Mine was the Gonster, like all the, like the. It was just like our saying is this. That was not our saying is this, and just like I thought that was a fun element to it. Like it was a shoot, what's that play? What's that movie? What's the movie with the two roommates? You did the play in college. I can't even remember now. He throws the spaghetti against the wall.
The Odd Couple. The
Odd Couple. It was like the Odd Couple living in the same body that they just did not agree.
Yep.
And they had to argue about everything. And it was just, I thought that was really funny. It made sense.
I'm going to start an online petition to get them CGI inserted into Return of the Jedi. Just like in the background. Yeah. Just as they're putting up like as they're putting
sipping
up
tea.
the shield situation. They're like, oh, no, that's never going to work. Yeah, you want to bring your end down. No, bring it up.
Blow it up. That's not going to work. You got to go to the bag. You got to go to the bag. You got to remove the Spinkelflactor from the Frigglmactor. You got to do that first. I mean, it's not going to work. Just a big explosion.
That's right. How many Yub Nubs for this?
I think I'd give this a solid 4.
Yeah.
Because it was. I mean, it was good. It had its silly the relationship part in the whole.
The Tebow Latara and
Shadow. But that was like that. I think pulled it down. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I thought it was a really good episode.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, we should keep better track of this. But at this point, if it was like if somebody was like, I'm going to watch a season 2 episode, this is the one to beat for me out of the 3 that we've watched so far.
Yeah. So this one was really good.
Pretty solid.
We really watched 4, right?
I guess this is technically the 5th sequence.
This is the 5th. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The 5th one. So we watched 4 before this, and they were just like gratingly teeth.
Yeah.
Like they were just bad.
The Larry one, it really is the one that I've enjoyed the most. Out of those 4,
that's true. That was this season. I keep forgetting that was actually a good one. I thought that
it was. I mean, it doesn't super fit with the tone that had been set previously, but it's fun and enjoyable to watch. So
that one got ruined by them fighting too much.
True,
right? It was almost everything they were fighting.
I see. Looking ahead, that Michael Reaves has another Ewoks episode under his belt, so
I hope so.
We'll wait and see how that goes, and if we ever get to droids, we'll see his episode there as well.
We'll get to droids.
Pretty fun.
We'll get there.
I like your optimism. We have
to get there.
Yeah. Well, we've been I don't know, I've been in kind of a prequel mood, and I don't really know why. I guess the Obi-Wan story coming out. I mean, the Obi-Wan coming back. But I watched Phantom Menace with my son a while back, not because of that, but just because we'd watched the originals and he was kind of asking about Star Wars, and Ewoks wasn't cutting it. So I was like, well, maybe we should do Phantom Menace. And so since then, I've been watching them, and we've been texting about it and everything. And so we've just decided that we're going to do a prequels episode. So we're going to do a Beyond episode, because I have it on good authority that our friend Crystal also doing a Star Wars prequel rewatch. So in 2 weeks, we're going to be back here with an episode focusing on the prequels. It's sort of a reevaluation of the prequels. I don't want to give anything away, but my opinion on the prequels over the last, whatever it is, 23 years has changed wildly with each viewing. So, and I don't know. I
think so. Yeah,
I don't know where
same.
you're at with the prequels. And I know Crystal, when she was here last, was kind of like, yeah, she's okay with them. So I'm looking forward to talking about it next time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I haven't really, in an official capacity, talked about the prequels in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to talk so much smack about them.
Yeah.
But, because I have a friend who he loves them, because that's what he was, but he's younger.
Yeah.
So, he's like, oh, yeah, it's from my childhood. And I'm like, yeah, but the original trilogy is my childhood.
Right.
Right. So we have that, like, we're basically just arguing the same thing.
Yeah.
Your
I'm original series,
him.
Next Gen.
Yeah,
Who's
exactly.
better, Kirk or Picard?
Yep.
Tale as old as time. So anyway, that is going to be that's going to be our next episode, and by the time we record that, at least the first episode of Obi-Wan will be out, so we can talk a little bit about that too. So
it's so crazy, it's coming out so quick.
I know, it's crazy. So send us your thoughts on Twitter or Facebook, what you think about the prequels, favorite moments, least favorite moments, things that you're sort of either appreciating or things you liked when you were a kid that don't hold up anymore. We want to hear it all, so send it our way.
All of it, even if it's a hill. We need to hear the hill you're willing to die on.
That's right.
When it comes to the prequels.
That's right.
That's what I want to know.
Yep. Okay. All right, Steve, until we meet again for the prequels.
Yes.
See you
Have
then.
a good one. This Endorian Life was brought to you by the Radio Meanwhile Network. Other shows on the network include 90s Music Got Me Like, previously on X-Men, and 9021 Here We Go. Share your thoughts on this and upcoming episodes by following us on Facebook or Twitter @Endorian Life. And please rate, subscribe, and share this show wherever you get your podcasts.